to the show. It's Dolph's Diaries, where we talk the game, no need for mysteries. Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat, so sweet. Sports talk every day keeps you on your feet.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to a very overdue Dolph's Diaries. The morning after the Super Bowl with my gorgeous guest, 305 Sports Babe. Ash, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me. Happy day after Super Bowl. We should all be off from work today, but one day it'll go in the cards. So for now, here we are.
Yeah, well, we'll take off when it's the Dolphins.
We'll take off the whole month when it's the Dolphins.
Yeah, we're done. We're quitting our jobs. So how are you? How are things?
Everything's good. Yeah, no, it's like this weird time in the year where obviously football has officially ended. We're in the middle of Heat season and Panthers. Baseball season is, pitchers and catchers are reporting soon. So it's kind of quiet, but then there's like so much coming up. And then obviously the Dolphins are doing a lot behind the scenes with UCC coming up. So it's a little quieter than usual, but just a lot of moving pieces. But super excited to be hanging out with you tonight.
I know. And I'm so excited because I didn't realize it. Like when we first met last year, I was like, oh, okay, the Sports Babe. But then I realized like this girl is everywhere. I mean, you name it. If it's a sport, I'm surprised you're not at lacrosse games. Because I feel like if there is a South Florida sport, you are there. And I am so envious because I'm like, this girl is at Dolphins, Heat, Panthers, Marlins. Like you did that. Didn't you travel to like a whole bunch of baseball stadiums last year? Like do a little.
Yeah. So I'm at 19 ballparks. So baseball is, believe it or not, my number one passion, my number one love. It's my favorite sport. And I get a lot of bad rap for that because number one, I'm a Marlins fan. And number two, like people think it's boring, right? It's like America's pastime. You sit there 9 innings, it drags out. But I've actually been to 19 ballparks, so I'm a little more than halfway there, and nothing brings me more joy than to doing like backstage tours of, well, not backstage tours, but like tours of baseball stadiums and just sitting there and taking it all in. But no, I went to like five last year, and I hope to get to PNC this year and Coors Field. So there's like a few more that I want to see before I die.
No, I love that. I was just like, she is everywhere, and I love it. You and your husband are adorable.
Thank
He's
you.
like your biggest cheerleader. It's so cute because I'm like, he has to be the one taking all these pictures of her because he just seems to like let her shine, and he's just like back there like the proud mama. Like,
And you know what? I'm truthfully like an introvert. I'm really, really shy in person. And like, I'm okay if I don't post. I'm okay without the pictures. It's completely coming from him. Like, he was like, babe, take a picture here, take a picture there. So truly what you see is not like Ash wanted to take pictures over the Golden Gate Bridge I'm like, come on, let's go see more. Let's go see more. But no, he missed his calling in college to be a photographer and social media manager. So no, he does a great job capturing our journey together.
I love that. And you know what's so funny is I'm the same way. Like in person, if I need to warm up, like I am gonna be
Yeah.
shy, and I have like, hey, well, I have really bad RBF, and so people think that I'm mean, and I'm like super unapproachable.
Oh,
But like I feel very nice, but I look like I'd cut a bitch.
no way. Even at like your
100%.
son's games and stuff, like
All the time. Yeah. Oh, well, especially I'm locked in. First of all, I have my own reputation on those games because I am like, no mom can try to out mom me on that field. Like, if you're
no
trying to be
way.
oh, I've gotten into screaming matches with people because the one mom on the other sideline tried to cheer louder than me. And I was like, I'm not going to be outdone. Absolutely not.
Are they really that mean? I mean, I don't have any
Oh,
kids, but I like see the stuff on social media where they fight against each other and they yapping. Like I don't know if like is it really like that in real life? And how
oh,
often?
I'm the worst of the worst. I
Oh
mean,
my
I've had
God.
formal complaints filed against me because I
No.
will. I match energy though. Like, I start really nice
Yeah.
and really like calm, but I'll match your fucking energy real quick.
Yeah.
My oldest, who's 17, got almost got thrown out at the 12-year-old's game for chirping at the ref on the sidelines.
Oh no.
He like I've asked the refs, I'm like, what do you have, cataracts? Like I chirp all the
What do you
time.
got? Eye problems?
Oh yeah, well it's like terrible calls, and I'm like, what is this call?
Oh
Like I
no.
mean, yeah, just imagine like my live tweets during Dolphin games, but like at a youth sporting event.
Oh my gosh. Now, and are your sons like, Mom, shut up? Or are they like, that's my mama? How do
Well,
they act?
so the youngest like loves it. He eats that up. The middle one kind of like is like, yeah. And then the
Yeah.
oldest is like, I don't know this bitch. I don't never seen her in my life. But the problem is he's the oldest, so everybody knows that's
Yeah, that's your oh my
but
goodness.
there are some psycho moms. I've gotten better, but there are some very crazy parents. Like like I've we had one where like a dad pulled a gun.
Oh no.
Last year, a dad pulled a gun.
Oh
Like
gosh.
because he had beef with another dad, and then they pulled a gun. Like it was a mess, and I'm just like, all right, let's not ruin it. I mean, open your mouth and chirp, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You said
but also
chirp.
reminder, I am in Philly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it
This may
goes
not be normal
that's
America.
very things are, Philly's not part of the United States, they're their own country, and how they operate, whether it's championship or a regular season game, it's completely different than the rest of the world operates. So I can't imagine how they operate at a youth football game.
Yeah, I would just say that like sports parents are a different breed, and what you see online is very accurate because
Oh my
it's.
gosh.
But there's moms too. There's like moms that don't know what's going on. I've had three moms at one game brought yoga mats and we're just doing yoga together in
Oh no.
the backfield. And I was like, well,
Uh,
I won't fit in there.
uh,
So it's like it really like you find your click.
I would love for you to go live one of those days and just like like people like go to like nail salons and like set up their little camera and like that. I would love to see like your view of a game and just
I should wear a GoPro one day.
you should. Oh yes.
The only thing is like, I don't like to post the kids, but
Yeah,
um,
put little emojis over the head, the little happy faces or something.
yeah, I could do like a GoPro. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it one day, live tweeting from the game, live filming.
Oh, that would be
I love
amazing.
us. All right, so a big game just happened. The Super Bowl, everybody. Chiefs, Eagles. Fun fact, I live in Philadelphia. Miss 305 Sports Babe is a Jersey girl at
Okay.
heart. And another fun fact, we both hate the Eagles.
Beyond. Beyond. And we don't like to use the word hate, but
I,
we hate the
yeah,
Eagles.
yeah.
They're just
I feel like unless you've lived amongst them, you
yeah.
don't get it. And I know a lot of people wanted the Eagles to win because they hate the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's great. You don't have to live with Eagle fans when they win a Super Bowl.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if everybody saw, there was like over 50 arrests made in Philadelphia last night.
Yeah.
There was looting. They broke stores. There was fights, gun violence. I'm not in like the city. I'm out in the suburbs. And there were fireworks going off for 2 hours. 2 hours worth of fireworks. I wanted to strangle somebody. And yeah, their fans are just psycho. And I was really, but that was probably one of the worst Super Bowl games I've ever seen.
So boring, right? And it was beefed up what we thought was going to be a high scoring game with solid defenses on both, but a great quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, a great quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and it did not live up to the expectations. Now, where did it fail? Okay. Yes, the Eagles just lit it up, right? And Patrick Mahomes was like non-existent, but everything about that game, right? The actual game, and then if you want to talk about the commercials, we've lived in this culture where commercials have been such a big part of the Super Bowl, where you
Oh
go to
yeah.
work the next day and you share with your coworkers. Did you see the Doritos commercial? Did you see the Bud Light commercial? Da 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 da. And like I went into work this morning like dry. I'm like, yeah, my favorite commercial was the one with the kid with cancer. Like, and they're like, what? And I'm like, it was different this year. The national anthem was beautiful, but and then also another thing, it was very much heavily Eagles fans at the Superdome as opposed to Chiefs fans. And I think the reason why is because the Chiefs fans are just broke right now because they've been in the Super Bowl the last 2 years. And it is not cheap going to Super Bowls. So like being a Chiefs fan, you said, okay, I'm gonna do it 2 years ago. All right, maybe I got a little more to do it one more year. but for the average Chief fan to do 3 years in a row to Super Bowl, so the Eagles fans definitely showed up. So with it being such a heavy Eagle fan presence at the game just being dry, the commercials being like whatever, like I was just kind of like, dang, that's it.
The whole first quarter, I'm like, all right, Mahomes is just he's gonna get his rhythm. And I honestly think that the Chiefs played worse than the Eagles played good.
Wow, fighting
And,
words there.
and yeah, fighting words, but like, hear me out. The Eagles didn't do anything tremendous.
Nothing
They didn't.
special. Tush push
Jalen
here and
Hurts
there. Yeah.
light it up. And really, picks aside, the Chiefs defense held the Eagles to maybe 17 points.
Hmm.
Picks aside, if it would, I mean, they really did their job. I mean, they contained Saquon.
Yeah.
The minute they pressured Hurts is when he threw, his incomplete passes. He struggled. The problem was that Patrick Mahomes was off. He wasn't playing himself, and that offensive line, I never thought that I would think that like Liam Eichenberg could be outplayed, and Liam Eichenberg looked good compared to that line. And the defense wasn't sick. They didn't do much outside of the front four. I mean, the picks. Patrick Mahomes threw the pick to Cooper DeJean or whatever his name is, like
Yeah.
he was a receiver. I mean, it was right. The front four played great, but I don't think it was this great scheme. It was just they out-bullied the offensive line. The offensive line got manhandled. Mahomes couldn't scramble. After he got sacked the first time, you could see he didn't look comfortable back there.
He
wasn't getting
lost
sacked.
his confidence, and that actually led to people like a Travis Kelsey thinking, "Oh crap!" Like Travis
Yeah.
Kelsey usually is cool, calm, collective, in the game, this and that. Travis was looking like he was shaking in his boots, especially after the first half. And so by if Patrick Mahomes wasn't drinking literally the Kool-Aid and feeling confident, that led right down to Isaiah
And they
Pacheco
all
and
saw the
everybody.
quarterback being shaky.
Yeah,
He was rushing throws. He was panic throwing.
yeah.
His own linemen were running into him as he's trying to throw, and he's not a scrambling quarterback. He tried in the end, they finally got some momentum,
Yeah.
but he tends to be a quarterback that needs to step up in the pocket, and he had nowhere to step up.
Nothing.
My little Dolphins fan has
Yeah, I was like, you have a visitor back there.
Yeah, he desperately loves these podcasts. He likes to sit there and listen.
That's your youngest.
My youngest. That's my only Dolphins fan.
Oh, so that's the favorite one.
Favorite. The other two are Steelers. We don't talk about them.
Oh gosh. But no, I mean, with the game, it was just, it was not what we all thought it was going to be, right? We thought it was going to be the game of the year. You know what I mean? This was all the money. And I'll tell you, I thought the Chiefs were going to win. I put money on the game, right? We have the Hard Rock app down here. Not much, right? Just a few peanuts here and there. I had, Travis Kelsey with touchdowns, this and that. And it was not what it's supposed to be now. Do you blame coaching, right? Now you have Andy Reid, a super veteran coach, compared to Nick Sirianni, who, knows how to win, but the resumes are not equal. But then you have a Vic Fangio, and we know Vic Fangio, and it's crazy.
I'm listening.
I was like,
I hate Vic Fangio.
I do too, right? I do too.
Okay,
he's just, with him being down here, I'm not saying you had to build Rome overnight, right? Obviously, if it's not a good fit down here, but it just was not he just when he left here, it wasn't classful, and he's yapping about our players and stuff. Okay, you belong in Philly. I get it. And honestly, he coached a great game. Actually, he coached a great game all season, but I just Anthony Weaver's my dude, right? And I'm so glad he wasn't offered that head coach position in New Orleans, and he's staying with us. What it seems like, because I feel that if he gets guys back like Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips and healthy guys, is he going to be a Fangio? Maybe not a Fangio, but I think he definitely has the tools to be successful.
Do you think Bradley Chubb's coming back?
I hope so. I love Astronaut.
I'm not sure if I.
You got to give him time, right? And you know
I'm
what really got
shocked
me
he
mad
didn't come
about
back at
him?
all.
I'll tell
I,
you what really got me mad about him. Now
I
you
think,
triggered me about him.
I
It's like
think,
he didn't play all season,
I know that
and then
triggered
he's
me.
in like Cancun. I'm like, bro, you didn't need to post that. Go live your
Yeah,
happy self in Mexico, but don't be like sitting on the sidelines and then go on vacation after we were like struggling defensively all season.
maybe we're spoiled with Jalen Phillips and his like a superhuman recovery times. But I
Yes.
was like, how is Chubb not back yet? Like, is he come back? And there was like no rumors, no word about him, absolute silence. And then he's in Mexico. And I'm just like, I don't
Yes.
know if I want him back. Seems like that soft mentality might be touching on some people.
Oh,
Um,
it was so aggravating, man. I was just, yeah, I know everyone deserves an off season, but you should earn. I
we didn't
mean,
have an
yeah, of
off
course you
season.
go to Mexico and you lose,
We
but
didn't have an off
do
season
that in
though.
a bye week or something. Don't show us. Oh, damn. So that was it. But no, with go back to Fangio. Like, yeah, that's another. You and I seem to not like the same people. We don't like Philadelphia. We don't like Fangio. No. Yeah, with Fangio, it just no.
I
He's
think
good. He's good.
I think he's a god up here, right? Everyone loves Fangio now, and everyone is saying shit to me
More than
about we
Sirianni, do you think, or
we
are they
don't
kind of
know
equal?
why we don't know why you hated Fangio. He's so great. He's so great. And I'm like, I can show you the downfall of Vic Fangio is the Miami Dolphins Titans game when he went into a soft zone coverage with 4 minutes left in the game and lost us the game. Then we went into Baltimore and we lost. We gave them 53 points.
So you mentioned that Tennessee game. That's actually the game that my husband proposed to me at.
Oh, that's right. But
Yeah.
first of all, that was amazing that he chose a Dolphins game to propose to you. I think that's
No, it was the worst thing ever. And I asked him,
I
because
mean,
we go to all these
you
games,
should
and
have
I said,
waited till
Lou,
they won.
I said, why did you choose that game, right? And you know what he said? He was like, babe, that was the guaranteed win of the season. No, it was not because of it. So now you know what? Now I'm bringing it all together. It's Fangio's fault that my proposal ended in a loss. I like that.
Or did you propose Cheeks that game?
Oh. Well, then you end up getting married this year, and then
We're
our
blaming.
first game back was the Tennessee game when we played them here again, and we lost that one too. We just don't like Tennessee.
We don't like Tennessee.
We don't.
But this defensive guru absolutely didn't. I mean, the Ravens game I think was like my final straw with him. Like we let up 53 points, and it's a mix. I think it's definitely a mix of Fangio and also the team. I don't think we had a great team. If you remember, that's a game that Xavier Howard went down again. We really didn't have anybody opposite Ramsey when Howard went out.
Yeah.
The team looked a mess. They looked like they weren't practicing, and then we found out that the locker room was and Fangio, like there was a lot of contention locker room. I like Weaver. I'm so happy he's back.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't love all of our defensive personnel. I'm hoping that there's some changes made this offseason. I really think that we need to get some, as Tyreek said, some dogs. I've been saying that, but we definitely need to get some players. But I do like Weaver's mentality, his mindset. He's on the field. He's involved. He makes adjustments at halftime, which
Yeah.
I didn't feel like Vic did. I feel like Vic fell asleep. Vic Fangio made it well known that he did not want to be in Miami. Miami was just a stopover until Philadelphia fired their defensive coordinator and brought Vic back on board. We were never his top choice. He never was going to put in his full energy with us. It was always going to be half-assed. And for that, I'll never forgive him for. And as for Sirianni, he has the most punchable face I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Oh my God. You've never, like, I thought it was Tom Brady, but Nick Sirianni has absolutely surpassed Tom Brady with just when he makes those faces and he's like heckling his own crowd in the face. But Philly has a love-hate. Like, if they lose, they hate Sirianni. They want him gone. If
They'll
they
boo
win,
the crap out of him. They'll boo him, his kids, his wife. Like, they're ruthless.
Yeah, and then he'll turn around and heckle his own fans. And then afterward, like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna punch you.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very weird. And if you saw in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna defend my Steelers family was watching. God, it had to have been in like the first half. After the first touchdown, I don't know if you saw AJ Brown and Nick Sirianni were getting into it on the sideline.
Yes.
And it was
Yep.
actually because AJ Brown was not getting the ball and he
Yep.
wanted a touchdown. And my brother was sitting right next to me and he was like, if that was George Pickens, everybody would be calling him a diva.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody was. And then you know what happened? The next series, my brother was like, they're going to feed it here to AJ Brown because he just made a whole scene. What happened? AJ Brown touchdown.
Right to him. Right to him.
Right to him. Right to
Yeah.
him. But nobody's going to talk about the diva mentalities over there. But I want to say that we saw that, we clocked it, and then it was so predictable that he was going to be fed the ball, force fed the ball to give him the touchdown. And then afterwards they celebrate and they act like they're best friends again.
Yeah.
But your star receiver is bitching in the Super Bowl when you have a lead because he wants to pad his own stats.
Yeah. You know, with guys, it's kind of funny. They can like completely bark at each other and it looks like the end of the world. And then 2 seconds later, they're like broing it. Women, like we would not talk for like a year. Like it would be different planes going back. Like the guys are just able to be like, throw each other down. But no. But I don't like that. You know, I think it's a matter of respect. I'm very old school. You know, you treat everybody with respect, and you're seeing more and more of that. These players, like, and I'm not saying coaches are perfect. We've seen our own coach McDaniel, do stupid stuff, whether it's time management, whatever. But there's nothing worse than a player challenging a coach out in public like that. It's bad, like it's bad show for kids because you don't want your 10-year-old son going into the face of a coach and be like, "Coach, da 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 da," and these kids watch that, right? But again, coaches aren't perfect, players aren't perfect, but they're the line of respect from coaches and players. It's not what it used to be, and it's not. It's uncomfortable.
Oh, I agree. I think it's there's just a lot of
Entitlement and ickiness and
that's the word I don't like it. I wish that it was better. Yeah, everybody here agrees with us that Fangio sucks. So I appreciate that. Somebody said, what do we think of Taylor Swift getting booed? I think that's just insecure men and Eagles fans. Eagles fans really don't like her because of Travis Kelce, and she used to be Eagles fan, and then she's converted to Chiefs.
You do that for your man, right? I mean, women do. Not everybody, right? Let me back it up.
On TV. She's not putting herself on TV.
She's
the
not,
NFL
she's not
is
hounding the attention.
her.
You're right.
She's being exploited. And then everyone's mad at her. And it's like, but if she didn't go to the game, she'd be like, what an unsupportive girlfriend. But the NFL garnered like what $1 billion since they started showing her from all of her fan base coming over. Yeah. And then of course, you know, it's mainly the men that are complaining that how dare, and I think they showed her one time the whole Super Bowl. I don't remember even seeing her.
Yeah, so I'm not a Swiftie, right? Like I appreciate her music. There's like one or two songs that I really vibe with, but I'm not like the whole thing. When she came down here the tour, I was a pass on that. But at the end of the day, maybe in the beginning, she was maybe looking for the attention, this and that. But honestly, you said it best. She was the girlfriend last night, right? She would have been okay if she wasn't on camera. And then for her to get like that boo, like I felt it with her. Like I'm like, she's generally like she's like genuinely uncomfortable with these people booing her and stuff. Like if they didn't show her a million times, it was more like Tom Brady. Obviously, it had to be Tom Brady. He was, you know, doing his thing there. But the negativity around Taylor yesterday, it was like it was unneeded. She was just there being a girlfriend.
Also, I would have cried if they showed my face on that jumbotron and I got
same.
I would be done. I would have offed myself. I'm done. That thick skin for that. So I would have cried. Yes, you guys, my cat Smokey here is an asshole.
What's he doing?
Oh, he's meowing. So he comes in the room. Then when you close the door, he'll sit at the door and meow that he wants to get out. Then you'll let him out and close the door. And then he'll go on the other side of the door and meow. He just wants the door basically open at all times so that he can just come and go as he pleases.
Oh.
But the other side of this wall is the living room. And so the kids have their shows on. So it has to be closed. So he can't decide if he wants in or out. So just ignore the cat. He's
typical man. They don't know what they want. They can't make up their mind. No decision.
Yeah. He does have FOMO, fear of missing out. He just needs to she just needs access to every room in the house. And he's a psycho. So the cancer commercial was your favorite commercial?
So I know it sounds so terrible, right? But I just like, the kid came out, they're playing like he's like boxing, this and that, and like he like defeats it. And obviously I'm a huge supporter of DCC. DCC is coming up on February 22nd. And you really didn't know where that commercial was going. It started kind of sad, like the kid in the hospital, and then obviously it ended up being a Pfizer commercial. So I did like the happy story of that.
Yeah.
Another one that I enjoyed the Michelob Ultra with the older couple playing the pickleball, right? So
Yeah.
that's the one. I don't know if you remember that one. It's where like they challenge like young couples, be like, "Oh, do you want to down here in Florida? Like pickleball is huge. I wish that I could get into it. I just don't have the time. But like that's like what people do. So this older couple was like asking this younger couple, "Hey, let's play pickleball." And the younger couple was like, "Yeah, whatever. Like, what are they gonna do?" Older couple comes and smokes them, and like they just continue and they keep doing it for Michelob Ultra. So I liked that one. And then the other one was the West Virginia, was that the Rocket Mortgage one?
I don't remember that one.
That would, and then that one it bled into the actual audience of the game, the fans singing um
West
West
Virginia.
Virginia. Da, 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 da. So
Oh,
those were like probably my three favorite. I didn't see the Alex Earl one. I was hoping, did you see that one?
no.
So apparently she was in a commercial. She was wearing like these little pasty star thingies. I was hoping to see that one because she's been doing like a lot of promo on her social media. I don't remember seeing that one, but yeah, I would have to say, as sad as it is, like usually Doritos ones get me, like the Budweiser ones, very underwhelming. And not that I watch the game for the commercials because I do it more as a conversation with people who maybe don't appreciate the game. It's more like a commonality, be like, oh, you didn't watch the game, but let's talk commercials. And I literally went to work today telling my coworkers, yeah, I like the one with the kid with the cancer. What the frick?
I liked the Bud Light one with Post Malone.
Okay.
'Cause I love Peyton Manning, and they were doing the backyard barbecue.
Yep.
They were having the barbecue. I liked that one. I thought it was funny, just because it was like a joke on the dads, like with the jorts and the grilling dads.
But then, yeah.
I like that. I think that was funny. Did you see the Duncan one?
I was just about to tell you. Okay. So the Dunkin' one's the one that was like,
That was
okay.
his girlfriend, right? She was in it too, or
Yeah. So what
granddaughter, or
happens
whatever.
with the Super Bowl? The spot, that spot is the most expensive spot to get for a Super Bowl commercial because everyone's watching the game at the point, everyone's tuned in. So that spot that Duncan bought was the most expensive. So you expect the best of the best because they're paying the most. So that was Bill Belichick's girlfriend. And because last year Duncan did a great job. They had like, the whole everybody there. And no, it was very interesting. Like I don't know if she's doing it to be like, haha, bitches, I'm here. Or like, I mean, does she know she's the laughing stock? Like, no one's like, hey, good job, Jordan. Like, you're dating Bill Belichick. Like, it's a huge joke to people. And for her to even do that, like, props to her. But like, no one was it was kind of weird.
It's definitely for the money, and she probably thinks she's going to get clout off of this. But you
Yeah.
get no
There's
Bill
not enough money in the
Belichick.
world that would make me want
There's
to touch Bill Belichick.
there's not enough drugs in the world that could get me high enough to forget that it's Bill.
Oh.
Oh my!
I try to be open minded. I
I
mean,
can't respect. There's some girls that I'm just like, sweetie, get a job.
no, there's
Like
just no. So
there's
that
no.
commercial was interesting. I will tell you one that I did like, the one with the seals. I love
Oh,
seals.
the seal. That was a good
Favorite
one.
animals, right? I didn't like how they transferred the seal space into that man. I'm like, wait, turn into a seal. I want to see the seals. Um, but no, they've done it way better before with Super Bowl commercials, and I just don't know. This year, it wasn't up to par.
Commercials used to be like a big deal. I feel like they're not as like big anymore. They used to be a big deal with like creativity, and now I feel like it's less creative and more about celebrities.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it fell off because it used to just be like a really cool concept or really unique, and now it's just like how many celebrities, who's the biggest name. By the way, did you see the Yeezy one?
Which one was that one?
Yeezy, like Kanye
Yeah.
had
With
an ad for Yeezy, but it was him in a dentist chair, and he was like, I spent all of the money on this ad for getting these new grills, and he showed you his grills, literally laying in a dentist chair, and he was like, but anyway, go shop Yeezy. And like that was it. And my brother was like, he paid $5 million for that. Like that was it.
He's losing it. You know, Kanye growing up, his music, you know, he was the guy. Him, Jay-Z,
That was such a good album.
Ja Rule, like those were the guys. But like now it's just so he's lost it. And then with his girlfriend, wife, whatever she is, what she wore, I told my husband, I said, don't you ever complain about anything I wear leaving this house after what she wore. She wore
I
nothing.
still wonder, like, is she in on it or is she just
Yeah.
controlled? Because when she goes
Yeah.
out, she seems like miserable and like controlled and
Yeah.
like he's guiding her. But then I saw a video of them like dancing at a club and she looked more carefree. So is this just like an act? But like to go just full naked on the Grammys, like just full out.
Completely. You saw everything. It wasn't like little pasties. I'm about those little pasty strings. Isn't that all about that? You saw every dot, nook, line, cross, everything.
And she looks phenomenal. I mean,
She's
first
hot
of
as
all,
hell. She's gorgeous.
First of all, if I look, part of me is like, honestly, if I had that body, I also walk around naked. But at the same time, I'm also like, I wouldn't actually do it. And she just looks very controlled. And also, like, Kanye, let's see your body. Because you want to show hers off. But what are you rocking with, Dad Bod?
I can imagine what Kanye's working with down. And not that I want to imagine, but it almost reminds me of the whole thing with Britney Spears, right? Like there's like this whole thing going on that's saying like Britney Spears is being like covered up and controlled and stuff. So we really like there's so much ugliness about Hollywood, right? And we're starting to see those cases come out and the sex scandals and the child abuse. So it's sick what the power of money can do and even fame. But no, Kanye, I don't remember seeing that commercial, but I'm not surprised. Anything goes with him. He's
I feel
just
like it's
a
mental
nut.
illness too. It just feels like mental illness.
Yeah.
Because when Kanye first came out, he was so normal, so relatable, articulate.
Yeah.
Like he was just like he had a great story to tell.
Mhm.
And it just feels like he's just like, I don't know if it's drugs. I don't know what it actually was, but it just feels all right. Hold on, I'm pulling up his Super Bowl commercial so you can see it because
Yeah, show me.
it was Ben. Go.
I like that one commercial by Bounty the toilet paper. I think it was.
All right, this is it.
Show me.
So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to youtube.com.
No, I didn't see that one.
That was
That's so
it.
weird.
That was the commercial. That was the commercial.
Super weird.
I spent my money getting my teeth done. Go to Yeezy.com.
Oh my gosh, no, he's.
You know
But no,
what?
another one
Is his kids. Because I feel like North is at the age where she's like on social media. Could you imagine seeing your dad and your stepmom now just butt ass naked walking the Grammys red carpet? Like,
No.
that's gotta be embarrassing for her or confusing. And like, what message are you sending your daughter that you're treating your wife like this? Like, would he be okay, if his daughter was being like that, being treated like this when she was that age?
No, it's not good for the kids. Any situation where there's kids involved, whether they're going to see it now, or they're going to see it 10 years from now when they understand, it's just not good. And I think you said it best with like mental illness. It's either that or it's drugs or it's just the lack for attention because that's just not normal. You could do other things besides music, right? We're not going to label you Kanye. You just do music or you do your fashion and stuff. But how you're doing it is just it's ugly. Another commercial I wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed was it's gonna sound so crazy. It was the Angel Soft one where it had like a little countdown and it was like 25 seconds before the next quarter starts. Go to the bathroom. This is the time to go to the bathroom. And like I just peed and I was like, dang! And there's like 10 seconds. Go now. Go now. It was so perfect because that was a point where like we did our Super Bowl food. We're stocked up drinks, and then I'm like, you need to pee unless you're gonna miss the game. So Angel Soft, I think it was Angel Soft or like Charmin, one of those toilet paper companies. Excellent. I know, so silly. Perfect.
Great branding. It was great branding though.
Yeah. Reminded me to pee.
I would love to be on a Super Bowl commercial.
Yes.
if anybody call us, me and Ash are available.
We'll
for
do it.
little commercials.
Yo, Philly. Yo, Jersey.
Great one.
How's
Those
those
are my-
pizzas? How's those bagels? How about them Dolphins?
Yep. How about that heat? We could totally do this.
Oh, those Heat, man. It's
It could just be me, Dunkin' Donuts. You could hire me in a tracksuit that says American runs on Dunkin', but it's Duncan Robinson.
that's your boy. You love him.
I love my dunk. He is my Achan. So people
super
get
cute.
confused. People get confused. There's my love of the player, and that's Devon Achan and Duncan Robinson. And then there's my obsession with the man, and that's Nick Bosa. They are not equal. Okay, like people think that I like have a crush on Duncan. I don't have a crush on
You
Duncan
don't?
Robinson.
You don't think he's good looking?
No, have you seen his quads? I don't do. Have you not seen anything I tweet about?
I'm very misled. I thought Duncan was like your white boy crush, poster in your room.
Everybody thinks that. No, he's my spicy white. He's absolutely my spicy white. But he's my spicy white in the way that Achan is my speedy little runner.
So who's your crush?
It's Nick Bosa.
It is Nick Bosa. Okay.
It's 100% Nick Bosa. Not personality, just looks. Just super vain looks. He seems like he would be an awful person to have a conversation with. I've listened to his press conferences.
So Duncan, so it's more Duncan, him on the court, maybe off the court, his swag, his style, but not like
the threes, like him coming clutch. When he gets into angry dunk on the court and he's giving them the faces and he's like, I'm like here for it.
Yeah.
But I think I've made it very clear to people that I'm very big into husky, stuffy men with extremely large 28-inch and above diameter quads.
That is not Duncan. That's not Tyler Hero.
No, that's why I did the whole thing.
That's not Andrew Wiggins, our new guy. So
no, I was like, short kings have better quads than these. All the girls want like the 6'3", 6'4" guys.
Yeah.
They're usually built like this. No hate. If you want to hug a string bean, that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
I like a stock. I like a quad. I like a little husk. So that's where Nick Bosa comes in.
Nick Bosa, okay.
But no, Duncan is my man, but he's my man in the way that Achan's my man.
I like that. Okay.
There's different levels to this, but Nick Bosa is up
I
here.
feel it. No, I completely get it. I get it. I get it. No, I'm a married woman, so I don't know how much of that I could say, but I do completely understand. I mean, I like my favorite player. So I liked Victor Oladipo, right? Victor Oladipo played here, and he actually went to our church. We'd go to church on Sunday and see him. I was a big Max Strus girl too. So when Strusy left to go to Cleveland, that kind of jammed.
What about Anthony Fasano?
Girl. So let me tell you about that. Like, I meet a lot of athletes, right? Whether meeting them before, after the game, at charity events. I just or anything I do with the 305 Sports Babe, but I'm around athletes a lot. And so I rarely get starstruck. It takes a lot for me to be like, oh my gosh, like Ryan Mostert's coming, I can't breathe. So there are two athletes that do it for me, just two. Now, a lot of guys will tell you Dan Marino does it for them. Like, men, when they're around Dan Marino, cannot function. Like, they, freeze up, and it's something out of a movie. Like, they cannot function with Dan Marino. Like, that's their man crush. I don't get like that towards Dan, Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor. But Anthony Fasano, and it's not even like I think he's smoking hot. Like, it's not even about that, right? He is my Duncan Robinson. There you go. He's a good-looking guy. He does a lot for the communities, from Jersey, Italian.
But there's something about that player on the field or on the court. Like, you're just like, he's my guy. Like,
yes.
Man.
Oh my gosh. So you made this full circle for me. So Anthony Fasano, when I met him in person, it was 2 years ago. It was during training camp, and Lisa, our fan of the year, she's very what's the word? She's an extrovert, right? Completely opposite of me. She'll go up to a rock and be like, hi, she has a great personality. So she went up to Anthony Fasano and was like, hey, I got this friend. She's your biggest fan. So she brought me to Anthony Fasano, and I told him, I said, you're the reason I became a Dolphins fan. He was like, no one's ever really told me that before. I said, I know.
I love this. I love Lisa. And I can totally
Have you ever met her in person yet?
I've not. No.
Okay, so she's a little thing. She's a little thing, tiny. You could squeeze her and
She
combobulate
seems
her.
like what she lacks in size. It's all personality.
1,000%.
She's already told me, like, I wanted to get down to a game this year, but then my dad passed away and
Yeah.
I couldn't get away. Life has been crazy. But I was like, I'm coming down next year for a game. And she was like, you let me know. Like,
Yeah.
her and her sister were like, we're doing it all. And I was
Her and
like,
Amy are amazing. No,
I'm
they are.
gonna get Liquid IV because I didn't realize that she also parties hard. And I was like, couldn't have, she's so wholesome that I was like, I didn't think that you guys partied hard.
And you never met Courtney either. Or not Courtney. You've never met Planty Snatcher.
Me and Planty have never met in person.
In person.
It,
Okay. So that's another one that I've met. Let me tell you about her.
It's going to happen. She's coming to Baltimore soon. And I'm driving from Philly to Baltimore. And you guys, yes, we're going to Applebee's.
So Leslie, let me tell you about Leslie. I met
love her.
Leslie 2 years ago in California when we went out there for the LA game, and I met her. I was co-hosting this Dolphins party at a club, and she came to the club, and like immediately, like I knew who she was, and she knew who I was, and she is just a hoot, like the most beautiful person, the inside and out, wild. And her husband, he's just as much as a hoot. Like we're at this like hip hop club. They were like booty popping, dancing, like they're just the coolest people. I am so happy for you to meet these people because I meet them and it's fantastic, but you guys just meet them on social media, and to meet them and feel them and touch them, and you're really, really for sure, Lisa.
That's why I want to come down there. I'm meeting you too. I've already decided that like when I come down, I want all of us to do like a girls' dinner.
Oh, for sure.
Like the night before, and then we'll all tailgate and like party together. But like I want us to all just like have like a girls' night and just do like a girls thing because there's so many of you that I want to meet, and I have like a huge list of it, and I'm like, I need to come down during the best game, like when everyone's gonna be there, because like I want Marissa to come, I want everybody, and I think we all need to just like meet. But yeah, it's so funny because I have all these really good friendships with so many people, and I've never met really any of you.
It's kind of like AOL back in the day where it was like A/S/L, like age location. It was so like that. And I will tell you, a lot of the girls are like shorter. Right? I'm not that tall. I'm like a good 5'6", but people like Allie, Elisa, they're so compact. They're tiny with such a big heart and such a big personality. So what they lack in size, their personalities can make up for it.
Is Tiff tall or short? Because she gives
Tiff's on the shorter side.
Gives off short but like feisty.
Shorter. Yeah.
I'm like 5'7". So
you're like my height. Okay, so you would make me look normal. You wouldn't make me look like I'm 6'2".
Let's stand next to each other because I feel like they are gonna make me look like an ogre.
Yes, that's what they make me look. I'm like, I'm not that
big. I got 7 inches on them. So yeah, so every photo, it's me and you. Like
for sure. The blonde and the brunette. No, you were gonna compliment, and Leslie, she's a good height too. We compliment each other well, so she can come in our pictures and stuff.
She's a good 5-footer.
Yeah. Well,
we've become, me and Leslie have become really good friends off camera.
She's amazing.
Like, to the point where like we FaceTime every night. Like every night. I mean, we are.
She's such a great soul.
Sending me memes on IG. Like we're tagging each other on Twitter. If she doesn't answer my text, I'm tagging her on Twitter and being like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I know. I'm like, I think she's okay.
It's fine.
I'm like, I'll call if you want me to call her too, just in case.
but like that's become like such a good friendship. And me and you have had private conversations, and I was like, there's just so many good souls that I've met, and I'm like, I need to be in Florida.
You gotta feel us. You gotta touch us. You have to experience it.
I'm like, my people are not up here in Philly. My people are down in Florida, and that's what I need. So I can't wait. I was really mad that the MetLife takeover was like frigid cold, and like it wasn't like can't tailgate that. So I will be at the Steelers game. So if anybody's
we're planning on going to that one too. We're actually with 305 Sports Travel, the company that my husband and I own, we plan on doing a big trip there. So the hotels, the ticket, the tailgate, the pregame, but it all depends on the schedule, right? If that game falls on like Christmas week, I'm personally hoping it's like an early September or mid-September game, so we can go
September.
to PNC. Yeah, so that's. But you're
Yeah.
right. It all May determines a lot. That second week of May when the schedule drops, it's like we're all waiting for it. So
Yeah.
I hope to meet you. You know, before if it's September, then I don't. That'd be really good 'cause that'd be soon. But you got to come down to Miami.
No, I will, but I do know that as long as it's a good September game, because I'll be with the family, because my family are Steeler fans, so it's a family
Oh yeah.
rivalry game. And historically, we've always gone to these games. Once
Yeah.
I think it's every like 4 years that it happens. Like we
Mm-hmm.
go to these games together, and we have our little rivalry. It was like a tradition my dad started, so we decided that we're all going to do it this year, unless it's in like December, because we're not driving out to Pittsburgh in like a snowstorm and freezing our butts off. We'll all just like get together and watch it. But yeah, May, I'll let you know, because I'll ditch my family for the tailgate, or I'll bring the Steelers people with
Bring
us.
them. What's really cool about our tailgates that we have done in like Indy, Houston, all the different cities is that yes, it's Dolphins, but so many of our fans are married to people who are not Dolphin fans. So like our one buddy, he was a Dolphins fan, and his wife was like a Colts fan. So it all blends together. You know, even my family, being from Jersey, all my cousins, they're all Jets fans. My uncle's a Jets fan, and it's like it's that level of respect where you know someone's uncle is not going to curse you out even if he's a Jets fan, as opposed to some Joe Schmo who's a Jets fan. So
Right.
family is always welcome. No, the only thing with December games, you've mentioned the cold, but it's also the possibility of the game being flexed. And with us having a sports travel company, that's always a fear because we book these trips, and let's say we have it in our mind a December 1 o'clock Sunday game, and they flex it to like a Saturday, or flex it to whatever. So December games are just a pain in the butt for everybody. So I sure do hope that we get early September, October, early November games for especially those ones on the road that we're looking at: Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Charlotte, and then of course the Spain one.
Are you gonna go to that?
So that's the big thing, right? Like,
I was a little. I would love to. I don't have a passport. I'd have to update my passport and find a sugar daddy. Bill Belichick.
so it's Spain would be so we looked at Germany like the year before last year, and we just couldn't make it happen, right? And then like I've always wanted to go to Europe. I'm Italian and Slovakian, and I want to kind of see like where my family's from and stuff. And then when they announced this trip, but it's not just going out there for like 5 days or 4 days like we do for like a Houston trip or like you know, MetLife trip. Like
Yeah.
this would have to be a 10-day trip. And it would not just be going to Spain either, girl. Like my butt would have to go to Italy. So it would have to just make sense financially. Yeah, I could sell my kidney, my arm. You know what I mean? We'll make it work financially if we have to. I'll sacrifice whatever. I won't eat, but it has to just make sense. It can't be you know, and I have a regular job too. You know, it's my boss is fantastic, but my husband and I both work like a lot of
Yeah.
other people. So I want to say yes, I'm going to Spain, but it has to make sense.
Well, I won't be in Spain, but if you do go, I'll be watching.
You'll
To
see.
see how that goes. I'll support from afar.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to try to do Pittsburgh, and then whatever home game looks good. I don't know.
Sam's Club weekend you should try to look at. That's always in mid-September. That's like the biggest game where everybody from out of town goes to. We have a lot of parties going on. That one is usually the second or third week of October.
I'll do that because I might do one without the children.
Oh,
But the Pittsburgh one would be with the family. Maybe
yes.
I could get down without the children.
Hi there.
You gonna say hi, or you gonna go sit down?
What do they say in your school? EGLES.
What? Oh, listen to this shit. What happened at school today?
What happened?
What did your teacher make you do?
Watch Eagles highlights.
The
What, she made you
teacher.
do what?
What do you have to watch?
Eagles highlights.
The highlights.
The teacher literally in the middle of class stopped class and turned on highlights of the Super Bowl.
Oh no, Tia Ashley got to get you out of that school. No. We're transferring
did
you
he
out.
say?
No. That's torture.
He told the whole class to shut up.
Good. Tell them. Say, shut up and go eat a pretzel or a Philly cheesesteak. Stop it.
Yeah. Do we like the Eagles? He
Mm-mm-mm.
was pissed. He came home pissed. He's like, I didn't want to go to school today. I told you. It's just the middle of class. They're like,
Mom,
oh,
this is going to be a bad day. I didn't want to do this. You made
Well,
me go to school today. Oh my
Friday, they
God.
pulled the kids out of class, and they all had them go into the auditorium and sing the Eagles fight song.
Ugh, Oh my gosh.
like in the auditorium. And the school is eclectic. Like there's Giants fans, there's
Of course,
Steeler
yeah,
fans.
up
like,
north,
not
everybody
all
were blended. Yeah, yeah.
and it was mandatory. And then today, they just in the middle of class, they just were like, "Hey guys, let's stop learning math and let's watch some highlights."
That's communism, okay? That is
That's what I'm
communism.
saying. That's what I didn't consent to this as a parent. I didn't consent to this curriculum.
No.
This is detrimental to my kids' mental health.
No. You need to come down to Florida. Our curriculum is we have a very good curriculum in the school.
He's gonna go to class with Miss Mary.
Yes, you would love that. Yes, she does an amazing job. You definitely would. So
Yeah.
you have to meet her too.
Yes, I have to meet everybody. I literally.
She's a tall one too. She's part of the 5'5" and above club. She
Is
can
she
join our
5'5"
pictures.
All right.
Yeah.
I always thought that she was a little smaller, but that.
No, she's a. I'm thinking about all the pictures I've taken with these people. Yeah, but I'm telling you, Lisa's a real small one. Allie's a small one. Miss Finn's, she's a little shorter than me, but Tiff is a little short. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not that tall, and I don't really wear heels. So I'm really excited to meet you, so we can balance each
The
other
same
out.
height.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited because I haven't been to a game in a couple years,
Wow.
but it was the last game I went to was before I had a Twitter. And like you said, so nobody would have known me. I wouldn't have known anybody. Like so it's really just been the past 2 years, but I have like a laundry list of everybody that I want to meet. So I'm hoping that like I can between the two games I can meet people, and we'll see. I wish that we were closer.
Yeah.
Because Philly's so far from Miami.
But American Airlines has great flights. Either into Fort Lauderdale or actually into Miami. Another one you have to meet. You have to meet Ian, Big E. He is okay. He's
here actually. He's up here right now in
yeah,
Philly.
getting the test at UPenn. I saw. Yeah. He's like monstrous, like 6'4", 6'5", a biggest teddy bear. Like he takes great pictures and best hugs. That's another one that you definitely.
He's the kindest soul. He came on Dolphins Diaries.
Did he?
Yes, and he was just like the kindest soul. I reached out to him privately, being up here, and I was like, if you need anything, I'm up here. You or your family, let me know.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's staying away from the parade.
Poor E, man. Oh,
poor E.
His
What a
room
horrible
probably
time
has
to
all
be here.
everything. Oh my
Terrible
god. No,
time
but
to
he's
be here,
amazing.
E. But no, we have to do it, and I want to try Allie's Freaky Juice, and
Yeah.
I have to take shots of Fireball Tip. Basically, someone's gonna need to wheel me out.
Yeah, you have to pace yourself, unless you will not make it into Hard Rock Stadium. You will make it. Yeah, it's a dangerous place.
Chef Jew, yes, I've already reached out to the East 12.
That's our group, yeah. East 12 tailgate.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, they have you guys have. I don't know who runs your Twitter. The Twitter.
I think it's Maria. I think Maria runs the tailgate or the Twitter of it. But East 12, it's like all of us, right? So it's Allie, it's Biggie, it's Chef Jew, it's Holly, it's everybody. Like we all own East 12.
I will. I follow that Twitter account, and like we've joked on that Twitter account. They're like, you need to come, and I'm like, I will come.
Yeah.
But you guys, just remember, I'm doing this workout with bad wine, and I'm not allowed to drink for 6 months, so I can't be drinking until June.
Yeah.
If you guys expect me to come do this in September,
I
am gonna die.
Yeah.
I am on a strict protocol. She's also so I need to meet my own trainer. I've never met her in real life.
She's small too.
She's small but compact.
She's petite, but no, she's a personality too. No, she's a good one. Yeah.
I just feel like the whole fan base is great.
Yeah, it is. And you walk down East 12 and like there's no stranger. And even if you don't meet them, you're still fist pumping, high fiving, fins up, hugging. Like you can't be a germaphobic and walk down East 12. Like you're gonna get hugged, kissed, five, licked, like everything. Like there is no like social boundaries in East 12, like ever.
Who's the liquor?
the gorillas. The gorillas come up and they'll give you a kiss and stuff. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it's such an experience. And like I said, I've been to so many different tailgates with so many different other teams. The Chargers do it good. They actually do an amazing job. but we do it. I'm biased, but we do it best when it comes to tailgate. We truly, truly, truly do it. There's no like even other fan bases will come. They said we had such a great time with your tailgate, and I
Aw.
just wish that I could articulate into the game because I think a reason why we do tailgate so good is because the outcome of the games isn't always how we want it. So at least we can say our tailgate's undefeated. But I'm really excited for you to come down and experience that because it's addicting. You see it online, but until you actually are there,
Right
it's
there.
like no other.
No, I'm so excited, and sorry, I'm having technical difficulties with my ring light. No, I'm excited, and you guys are all so like I can only imagine because like I said, we talk all the time, so I can only imagine that everybody's only even better in person.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. I'm like, if we can talk this online and they're so friendly online, they're probably so much better in person. And yeah, you just want to like, I just want to like feel. It sounds so
Okay.
weird.
You'll do a lot of feeling, never.
So bad. Please, nobody come up to me at the tailgate and be like, you want to feel that?
A lot of pictures. Make sure your phone's charged. You're gonna like take 1,000 pictures and be like, which ones do I upload? Like, and now it's
I'll do them all. Please, don't do the ones with my double chin because
the worst, right? Like, oh
that's
my
gonna happen.
gosh.
Because
No back pictures. The backs for all the fat haze, like straight on,
when I
like
laugh,
like that.
when I laugh for some reason, I like
You go like that.
yeah.
Oh, and I'm the opposite. I go like that. So you bring it in.
I'm not doing that. I do. And then
Oh, and I bring it out.
No, I don't. I just
Yes, I bring it out. You bring it in.
Yeah. So
I bring this in, but I bring that out.
I gotta start doing this. And
Yeah, just practice. Do the neck. Do the neck.
kids are gonna walk in and be like, what is she doing?
She's doing the neck. Doing the neck. Oh my god. Can you imagine someone watching this without sound and just seeing us go like this?
Our pictures are just gonna be me like this and you.
That's so bad. Oh my goodness.
What's going on behind?
Well, you have plenty of time to practice. The football season just ended not even 24 hours ago. We have a long off season. The draft
that are losing.
So.
Yeah, I usually like the Heat kind of insulate me and like protect me because I'm like, okay, the Dolphins are bad, but I got the Heat. I don't think I have them this year. I'm
25-25 right now without Jimmy Butler. We have just tonight. Tyler Hero and Jaime Hockey's aren't playing. They have a stomach virus, and not that I don't believe in them. Andrew Wiggins
70-54.
The what?
It's 70-54 right now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Third quarter. 70-54.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, the Panthers. Are they doing good this year, guys?
We're 25-25 right now. So right at 500 mark. And we've had players like Tyler Hero, Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, even Bam Adebayo really step up, especially with those Jimmy-less games. But we have almost a new rotation every other game, whether it's guys injured, guys sick, or just new guys on the team. So I don't think that Pat Riley and and Eric Spoelstra are going to be able to put a championship team out this year. I think it's going to be a kind of like I don't want to say a rebuild. I think it's just kind of like a kumbaya, make do of what we have. I don't think we're going to be terrible, but I don't think we're going to, if we get to the playoffs, we're going to get far.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to. I mean, I'm hopeful that Mitchell and Wiggins and we can get like a run going maybe.
Yeah. Even this Kyle Anderson guy that came on with that deal, he's an interesting one. But yeah, no, Wiggins knows how to win. He was part of the 2022 championship, Golden State. Like these guys know how to play. They know how to win. They're excited to be part of Heat culture. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and it's still a whole, adaptation with the team. But we'll see, right? Like it's Jimmy's out, right? And that's like it was toxic being with him.
Yeah, then he goes to play for Golden State and puts up 25, and I'm just
he had one of the best games like ever as a person who got traded with the first game being at that team. Like he just lit it up. Which is fine. We know Jimmy can ball, but it's also about dynamic and stuff too. Like the Golden State
Jimmy wants the ball, and it's not when the team needs him to ball all the time. It's when he feels like it, and that's annoying. But yeah, I mean, I kind of chalked this season up once it's all. It was just tough because like We had Tua go down. We had a rough season with the Dolphins, and then
Yeah.
as soon as the season's winding down, Jimmy Butler's like, "Guess what?
And then Tyreek all season yapping, with him. So it's just there's so much drama down here in South Florida sports. Yeah, of course, Tua. That's we've seen Tua, the injuries, this and that. Then you have Tyreek, whether that's drama on the field, whether that's off the field, whether the speeding, the women, the house on fire, like hitting the guy on the boat. Like I literally we could be TMZ down here just with our players. And then the Jimmy thing. So it's we have the Florida Panthers.
That's what they
They're
say.
looking pretty good.
Are they doing good? All right.
Yeah. I think at least we're gonna make the Eastern Conference Finals this year. Are we gonna do a repeat of the Stanley Cup? I don't know, but we don't have a Stanley Cup sleepiness right now. We're treading water nicely.
I should be. I'll start tuning into hockey again. I did that a little bit last year because he said because of me. My little ones kind of get into hockey.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of led us into the Panthers. And I was like, oh, I think he's into hockey. Should I do Flyers? And everyone's like, do Panthers.
Panthers, no, it's a great time to be a Panthers fan. They had a great visit to the White House, and it's a fun team and a lot of talent. And you're always welcome to join the Panthers. Rawr.
We're like the little kitty panther, the picture that circulates. That's us right now.
Oh yeah, with like the drawing out of the lines.
Drawing the
Oh.
kitten. I like it. That's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Golden Age of Panthers. A lot of Panthers fans in the chat. So let's do it. But then again, when you're a winner.
Yeah.
You know.
And that championship parade was like no other. I mean, it was on the beach and the weather, it was probably one of the worst storms. There was bolts of lightning coming down. No one gave a shit because it was just the excitement. And it was just to be a championship parade on the beach. It was amazing. And I sure do hope.
Did anybody loot stores or jump off poles?
No, because it's not Philly. Everyone just had a damn good time.
I didn't realize you
Smashing
had
beers
a parade.
down, yelling, cheering, clapping for the first responders, clapping for the different parade routes, the bands. Like we didn't break anything. It was just a really good time. It's so crazy. I didn't even think that. Like, but you see that in these cities, like they break things. No.
No, I'm impressed that you guys didn't break anything.
No.
It seemed like just rainy, and it just seemed like the entire team was extremely intoxicated.
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh, it was such an experience. It was probably top 5, one of my favorite sports moments, and I sure do hope to be able to experience it with the Dolphins one day. But it's just so hard to think of it when you see these other teams and where they're at, and possibly where we're at, and there's such like so much room that we need to get there. Yeah.
I think the problem is that we're not built the same. And we, instead of looking at these teams and seeing the blueprint, Ross and Greer are just like, let's wing it.
And the biggest like smack in our face was like once our season was over, Stephen Ross was like, yeah, Chris Greer's not going anywhere. Coach McDaniel's not going anywhere, because he knew we were going to be barking about that. So he was like 10 steps ahead of that already. He was like, yeah, you can say all you want, but guess what? You don't even have to wander. They're not going anywhere. So that was kind of a like.
But to have that built up and to already know that your fan base wants them gone.
That's the problem. Yeah.
To see the issues on the team and to still say, we're going to run it back another year. Like, for what? Like, why are we holding on to these pieces that aren't working? But whatever, another year of this year. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for this year because
I'm numb too. I'm numb. You just roll the punches at this point.
And part of me is like, you know what? It's time to just tank and burn it down and start over.
I can see it.
Maybe, not even like meaning to tank. I just feel like the way it's run, like this team isn't built for longevity. The what? Excuse me. What? Why, Chan? He said the only good Dolphins player is Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu? No, Jonnu.
He's a very big Jonnu fan.
Jonnu's the man. I'm a Raheem Mostert, but Mostert, he's getting older. He's been around the league. How much more gas does he have in a tank? We have like Calais Campbell. There are these guys who are not young buck. I'm excited to see Chap Robinson develop more and more and more. Yeah. Somebody like that. But no, Jonnu had a great year. I'm really excited to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Achan, Wright,
Of course.
Malik Washington as a
Washington, of
returner.
course.
I
Yep, yep.
like him over Braxton Berrios.
Yeah,
But I
Braxton was
feel like
disappointing.
we need to get like a Richie Incognito.
Yeah.
Like we need we need to beef up the line, the trenches, because we're
Mhm.
not doing that. And look, they're all about speed and flash and big names, but we just need silent, deadly big boys.
Yeah.
Uh,
Over Tron Armstead. You know what I mean? It was great in the
I'm,
beginning when he came from the
I'm
Saints.
over them all. I'm over
Yeah.
the whole line. I'm over
Uh,
like the entire line.
so that's where we have to draft this year. You know, people are kind of saying maybe quarterback, but it's not really, you know, if we're gonna go for a quarterback, they're not gonna go for it. They're pretty much married to Tua. And if they do try to get a quarterback, it's not gonna be early on. I think we had like the 13th pick this year.
We're not set
So
up for a quarterback. I think the best
yeah.
bet is to beef up the trenches, free agency, get Russell Wilson, get a
Yeah.
veteran backup.
I
So
would
that
say Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is not going to be a backup quarterback.
he's
He's
not
not
gonna
going
be
to want
backup.
that. Yeah, he's not going to want
But
that.
we definitely, I think, need to get like a proven veteran back there.
Yeah.
And not like, not another backup. We need a career guy who's been
Yeah.
a starter who can do it.
Who can help Tua too?
Tua's
Who
gonna
can
go down.
teach him?
Tua's gonna go down again. It's sadly it's when, not if, with this guy. And we need somebody who can step in who has the experience. And we're not picking these guys up, but we definitely need to beef up the trenches. And then I think, next year or so, it's going to be looking at a quarterback because Tua is not the future, in my opinion. I don't think he is. I don't think
1,000% I agree.
he's not built for it. And my starting quarterback should play every game. It should be him being out should be more of a surprise than him being in.
Yeah.
Somebody said Justin Fields. Actually, the Steelers are working on keeping Fields. I read that they're going to go with Fields over Russell Wilson this year. Could be wrong, but that's the rumor there. So I would take Russell Wilson. We do need a center. Yes, we need a center, he said.
Does he know anybody, any friends he can put it there?
At this point.
We'll take anybody at this point.
Open tryouts.
Yes.
I don't know. We'll see. But
We
there's
have
a
a
lot.
off season. We just gotta, it sounds so cliche, but we have to just hope in the system, hope that they make the right moves, hope that, we are healthy. Like any other team, we had a lot of injuries this year and some more than others hurt us. Obviously the whole Tua thing. But then Phillips again and Bradley Chubb. Raheem, there's so many injuries that were just so. Jalen Waddle, we don't know how banged up he really was all season. And Tyreek Hill, was it his wrist all season? Where did that stem from? So I do like the idea of a rebuild, but if we don't do the whole flush the toilet rebuild, like we really cannot keep putting band-aids on these areas that we really need to adjust because there are so many teams that are doing bigger things than us that are going to continue to win playoff games. And we're just going to be in the same position over and over again if we don't make the right moves.
I'm 100% agree with you. And I really hope that we wake up and we stop being cute and we stop gaslighting our fan base and we start realizing these teams are doing something and what they're doing is working and what we have is not. I really just want sadly, I just want to win a playoff game.
I don't even care about the home playoff game right now. Of course, that'd be great to bring it home, but just let me feel it. Yeah.
Playoff game. I would just like for one time people not to laugh when they talk about us. Like for them to actually be threatened by us.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we are the Dolphins. The Dolphins.
Like the back in the day, respect Marino with we lost that respect. But I don't think that
teams go through cycles and stuff. During the ESPYs, Snoop Dogg joked around. He's like, I remember when the Chiefs were bad. But the cycle, our cycle, it should be almost full circle. Okay, we were good. They're bad. We should be coming around.
Can we get out of the bad part?
Yes. That would be nice.
We'll see. All right. It is it's 9:15. Okay, well, thanks for chatting with me.
Please, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I love chatting with you, and I'm super excited for you to come down to Miami. Obviously, our home in East 12 is your home, and definitely get your rest now in the off season because you need like a complete off season rest just to do one tailgate with us.
I'm gonna die, but that's
You
fine.
will.
Somebody,
We got you though.
somebody bring me the liquid IV, and
We got
no,
you. We
I'm
have
excited.
everything.
I want to come down with you. You're welcome on Diaries anytime.
Thank you.
I love chatting with you. I think you're just like one of the greatest humans that I know.
Stop it.
You're like
But
the
thank
sweetest
you.
person. And you like know everything about so many different sports. I can like basketball and football is like all, but like I feel like you can talk all of them. So your brain is better than
And
mine.
I will tell you something about that, and not to bring my husband down, but my beige flag, as they said, he was like, "You talk sports to people, and they don't know what you're talking about sometimes." So he was like I'll just go up to somebody and be like, "Oh, Dolphins, da 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 da." He was like, "Babe, they don't even know anything about the Dolphins." So I'm glad that I'm able to talk it with you because I have a tendency to just be like in Publix at the cashier and be like, "Oh, did you see that game last night? Tyler Hero dropped 20 points," and like he was like, "Shut up." So I appreciate you saying that, and I appreciate our conversation.
No, I appreciate it too because I'll try to talk it up here with Eagle fans who aren't locked in on my team. So they're like, "No, but look at what Embiid did." I'm like, "I don't care about Embiid. I want to talk about the fact that Jimmy Butler is
Forget
leaving."
Maxie. I don't care about Maxie.
Like,
Take
I don't
Maxie up
care
your
what Joel Embiid
Maxie.
is doing. So it's nice to talk to somebody who also knows the same names, also knows the same players,
Yes.
respects Duncan Robinson. Because if one were Heat fan is like who, Eagle fan or Sixer fan is like, who's Duncan? First of all, the best 3-point shooter that the Miami Heat have. Back it up.
DR Sniperson.
He hasn't been getting his time, but I'm hoping that
That'll be right.
Spo is gonna fix the rotation. But no, I appreciate it. I love chatting. I love just the fluid conversation that we can have. It's not like those weird stilted, like let me read you a stat, you read me a stat. It's just
We don't
you
need
know.
stats. That's what they have Twitter for. They need them more in the nose.
Yeah, I can't like don't ask me to replay like how many yards and like I don't know, you guys. A lot, a little. Like we can talk about the vibe of the game and how the performance was, and you know that we can do that. But
Yeah.
so tell everybody where can they find you?
Definitely, guys. I'm on all social medias at 305 Sports Babe on Facebook. I'm Ashley Dominguez with a Z. And I own 305 Sports Travel. It's a Miami travel-based company that we do Dolphin away games, also some Marlins and Panthers games. I have a show, the SoFlo Sports Show, and DCC. So anything Miami sports related in St. John's, I'm a girl.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a big St. John's girl. I've been seeing
Yeah.
those.
You know, real quick before I let you go,
Oh, yeah, your
that song that Kendrick Lamar, I know we didn't talk at halftime, but that's a whole nother thing. That song that he sings, "They Not Like Us." So that's like in my head, because no, they're not like these other teams in Big East, they're like, "They not like us. They not like us." So no, I'm like I'm like my head is 90 times bigger right now with St. John's. So
Well, I love that. I'm like, I don't really know much about that league and I don't follow it, but if her team's doing good, that's all that matters.
go Johnnies.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching and have a good night, and we'll see you next Dolphin season.